in the third. 4-3. Djokovic won the first meeting between the two. The match on ESPN TV. Major League Baseball All-Star Game coming next weekend. It'll feature the ABS Challenge system. MLB officials adding it to the game with a plan to propose it as a full-time addition next season. It was also used during spring training this year. In the NBA, the Thunder agreeing with Chet Holmgren on a 5-year max rookie contract extension can be worth up to $250 million.
That's a good move.
Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Denny Schaefer. He's an idiot.
Honey, we're home right where we belong. Yes, we're together once again for the next couple of hours. And I'm working out an interview at the bottom of the hour. I will call you. There you go. Hey, it is show number 81. 81, yes. Will we get to 100? Oh, who knows? It could happen. Crazier things have happened. DennyRadio Sports More brought to you by St. Mary's Meats. The place to go for local fresh-cut meat. Nobody beats AJ's Meat, and that's a fact. We're also up on the bakeryunlimited.com Facebook live cam. If you want to peep us out, join some people that are watching me and Chris right now, you can do that on the Ticket Facebook page. Also at Denny Radio on X and at Denny Radio Podcast on YouTube. 877-909-1007. That's the number. Call. We'll put you on. We'll chat it up. Or you can text number, and we'll get those, read them, and probably make fun of you. No, I'm kidding. All right, in the news, Mars, the company behind M&M's, which I love, and Skittles, I don't really get, is resisting RFK Jr.'s demand to remove synthetic dyes from candy. Now, Mars continued using the synthetic dyes in its candies, reversing a pledge the company made in 2016. They said, oh, yeah, we're going to get rid of all those artificial colors from all our foods and snacks. They put that in their portfolio, to help the stock. Well, the company insists that its products are safe to enjoy and they meet the high standards and applicable regulations set by the food safety authorities around the world. They've made incremental changes, such as eliminating titanium dioxide. Titanium dioxide, something like that. It's a chemical that's used in sunscreen, makeup, paint, and some plastics. And enjoy that when you have your next handful of M&Ms, because I know I will. They say the challenge is with, cost. It costs so much money to do that, and we know that, money drives everything. Screw with people's health. Well, check out this new ad.
Hi, kids. It's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Ready for a treat that's free of synthetic dyes and other toxins?
Sure.
Then get ready for RF Candy, the only candy without artificial dyes, artificial flavors, and artificial sweeteners. You there, try this RF Candy.
Is this it?
The whitish beige cylinder. Yes, try it.
This tastes like nothing.
You got that right. Yes, my candy has no artificial...
Ooh, wait, never mind. It kind of tastes like fish.
Yeah, well, without artificial flavoring, most candy tastes pretty awful, but it's good for you.
Really?
I have no idea. I have no medical or nutritional expertise whatsoever.
Excuse me?
Nothing. RF Candy. Try it today.
Let's say hello to the producer of this fine broadcast. It is Chris
Hollywood. What's up, then, man?
There you go. Was that over the line? Was that a little too mean? Or
Oh, that was pretty funny. That was
I
a good
thought
one.
it was pretty darn funny. That's what we're going for on the show. Funny, entertaining, kooky.
Fish and candy.
That's where we're rolling. All right, got to ask you, now that you're a married man and you're back to work, so you're a working man, when you got home from work yesterday after the show, did Mrs. Hollywood, which I love that, Mrs. Hollywood, I'm calling her that from now on, did Mrs. Hollywood whip up a nice dinner for you because you were working all day?
Yes, and I also had packed lunch.
Get out! Wait a minute. So she made you dinner and she packed you a lunch, or you packed it?
She packed it.
Dude, that
Man,
what?
a lucky man.
It's
Oh.
2025. How does that even happen?
Makes me want to go home and just clean up, go fix something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. What'd you guys have for dinner last night?
We did chicken Alfredo, something very simple.
Oh, I
But
like chicken Alfredo.
instead of so what we learned in Jamaica is instead of using heavy whipping cream, you can
Yeah.
use coconut milk.
Oh, no kidding. Well,
And it
there you
gives it a different flavor. Tastes
Yeah.
pretty good.
That's pretty cool. So not only was your honeymoon full of action and fun and memories and all of that, you actually learned something
Harmony.
that you can take with you.
Yeah. That's
That
what it's
is
all
awesome.
about.
Yeah, that's what it is all about. Well, man, I figured you're going to come back because we went out to eat or whatever. No, she's making you dinner.
Yeah, I think we're both pretty tired of the fast food. So
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah, because you guys basically been on vacation for the last 10 days, and
10
so you're
days.
probably
Yeah.
sick of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to have a home cooked meal.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. All right, what about tonight? You got another meal?
Probably not. Don't want to push it now.
Yeah, that is dang sure. You just you just want to take that one.
I might cook tonight. I'm a chef.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you a grill guy or are you a kitchen guy?
Both, but I need a new grill, so
Yeah.
I'll probably just
well,
heat that oven up.
dude, take a drive out to St. Mary's Meats if you got a freezer, man. AJ will hook you up.
Yeah, my freezer is small.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we
I
have
need
some
a deep
freezer.
freezer.
Yeah, I wish I could have one, but not allowed.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is what it is. Hey, we got a lot to cover today. Are you ready? You buckled up?
Yeah.
You ready to go?
Yeah,
we
we're
are going
here.
to talk to the voice of the Lady Rockets, Jim Heller. Now,
Okay.
why would we be talking to Jim Heller? It's not basketball season for the most
all.
part. Well, it's WNBA, which I'm very geared up for the All-Star game. Anyway, it was just announced earlier today, so maybe even moments ago. I don't know. This could be breaking news for a lot of people. Toledo women's basketball phenom, alumnus Sammy McConowitz has now joined the Rockets coaching staff as a graduate assistant. The program announced on Wednesday. Okay, to graduate assistants, do they get paid? Is that a paid position?
I don't believe so.
We'll have to ask Heller.
Yeah.
Anyway, McConowitz, who holds several UT program records, begins her first season on the sidelines. She will handle duties related to player development, recruiting, day-to-day operations, and more in her role. Okay, they got to pay her, right? I mean, if she's a recruiter and she's
You get like
bringing
a
an athlete-
stipend. You'll get a stipend.
stipend, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Having Sammy join our staff is an absolute slam dunk. Head coach Jenny Bogus, she said, she's blue collar, gold standard, and I can't imagine a more perfect opportunity for us both.
Yeah.
She will be the catalyst as we move this program forward, leading with love and passion unmatched. I'm so excited to see her grow in this role. We are proud to welcome back Sammy and her fiance Noah. So she's getting married. Good for her.
Congratulations. Yeah,
She's
she
a
was
girl,
a walk-on.
I know.
Yeah.
She's the beast. I know her Uncle Rob, the greatest
Yeah.
garbage man, the greatest former garbage man known to man. He's an awesome human being. The family is just, she comes with from really good stock, a really good
That's good.
family. And if she wanted to run for mayor in Rossford, she'd win.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They just love her because, she's been a rock star ever since forever. Anyway, listen to this. She was part of a historic run of 3 consecutive MAC regular season championships, 22, 23, 24, along with a conference tournament title and an NCAA tournament victory in 2023. She holds program records for career rebounds, over 1,100, games played, 160 minutes, over 5,100, while also ranking 8th in rebounds, averaging 6.9 boards a game, 10th in points at 1,598. Several MAC awards during her career. McConowitz also embodied the Rockets' academic excellence as a student athlete, earning 3 CSC academic all-district and 4 academic all-district honors. She's a freaking brainiac.
Yeah.
She
That's
made
impressive.
numerous trips to the dean and president's lists. She graduated with a degree in general studies and a concentration in economics in 2025. Okay, what kind of job can you get when you have a degree in economics?
Hey, just gotta get out of here so I can be a GA. She wants to be a coach.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too. I think she's going into coaching, and I think she will.
Economics, you can do some NIL stuff.
Yeah. All right. She says, I'm super excited to begin learning the game of basketball from the other side. I'm looking forward to working with Coach Bogus. It's Bogus, right? It's not Bodges.
I think it's Bogus.
It's
Yeah.
Bogus.
Bogus.
Anyway, says Sammy. It doesn't surprise me at all that that she's going into coaching, because her intensity and the way she played the game was pretty incredible, and somebody like that needs to get her competitive fix.
Yeah.
Okay, and so
Hard to walk away.
yeah, and I mean, maybe we can get her on the air at some point, because did she have any opportunity to go play overseas? Does she even care about that? Or is it all about coaching? I'll reach out to her uncle, see if we can't get around in the coming days and chat it up with her. That would be cool. So, but Jim Heller, the voice of the Lady Rockets, at the bottom of the hour, around 2:30. I think
It's been a while. We haven't talked to Jim since early
since
April.
Yeah, there you go. So, but he's always a treat. So we'll chat it up with him coming up. 877-909-1007. That's the number. Pittsburgh Rick, happy 71st birthday to Debbie Sledge, the oldest of Sister Sledge. We Are Family was a good song, but I thought, what is it? He's the Greatest Dancer was equally as good. Do you play any Sister Sledge at the club?
Come on now.
And Pittsburgh Rick loved our podcast today. Yeah, we had fun today with my wife and I.
What you guys talk about? I missed it.
Today in the podcast, my wife and I do a podcast Monday, Wednesday, Friday live on Facebook and Denny Radio and all that stuff. Anyway, we basically did iconic movie lines.
Okay.
And we gave away a Denny Radio t-shirt or a $25 gift card to Amazon. So yeah, it was fun. And we did. Oh, and Nurse Terry is watching us now. Hello,
Hey,
Terry.
Nurse Terry.
Anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good one. And there you go. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate
You
that.
can always go watch it back on the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's up there right now, people, if you want to check it out. All right, congrats to Ottawa Hills boys basketball coach John Lindsay. He's retiring after 30 years. Now, you're a football coach at Ottawa Hills.
Yes, sir.
Do you know Coach Lindsay?
I've met him, but I wouldn't say I know him. I know he has a very extensive resume over at Ottawa Hills and a court name after him. So it's pretty cool.
You're a big damn deal when they name the court after you.
Yeah.
Okay.
30 years, though.
That's not like, and he doesn't look that old. When did he start coaching? Like in his
He
20s?
had to start young. Yeah.
He had to start like in his 20s or something.
Yeah.
And he's a teacher there too. Here's my question. Can he afford to live in the village on a teacher's salary? I don't know. Because that's what I'm like, hey, I wonder if he lives there. Because teachers don't make squat.
They pay their teachers pretty well.
Not well enough to afford a house in freaking Ottawa Hills.
Just nearby.
Yeah, I got news for you. Yeah, exactly.
Nearby.
Yeah, it's called West Toledo.
Yeah.
That's where he lives, and he just comes down Talmadge every day to work. Yeah. Not anymore, though. 30 years. 30 years. And I'm telling you, he looks like he's 50. So he must have started like he was in his 20s or 20. Lindsay, 30 years, 11 area athletic conference championships, 15 sectional titles, 4 district championships, advanced to the 2010 state Final Four. He's finally hanging up his whistle. He says, I want to express my gratitude for unwavering support, guidance, and opportunities provided by the administration, Board of Education, boosters, parents. He had a career record of 450 wins and 223 losses.
A hell of a run.
Is that his only, pardon me, that must have been his only coaching job, right? He didn't come from somewhere else?
It sounds like it. If he spent 30 years there, he doesn't look that old. So
no, he doesn't. He says to have the opportunity to represent Ottawa Hills School in this community has been a dream come true for me. Now check out these stats. He led Ottawa Hills to 6 20-win seasons, including 24-2 in 09 and 2010, when the Green Bears reached the state semifinals.
Okay.
You know, there's no such thing as a Green Bear. I'm like, okay, that's an interesting name. So I Googled it, and the only time there are no actual green bears. There are grizzly bears that have the tint of green when they have algae growing on him. When algae growing on them.
You did your research on that?
I did.
That's the first Green Bears team I heard of, but it's pretty cool.
It's the only, I think, on the planet. It's the only one. But it's not as bad as the Kicking Mules up in Bedford. Those people are clueless. To have your mascot be named after an ass. Anyway.
Well, the school colors are black and green. They could have been the Black Bears, but
Yeah, they could have been. Anyway, he's an 11-time TAC Coach of the Year, was named District 7 Coach of the Year 6 times, was honored by the AP Division 4 Coach of the Year in 2010. In 2019, the Ottawa Hills basketball court, that's when they named it the John Lindsay Court in his honor. I'm telling you, that is so cool. That's got to be, and I mean, obviously, I don't know the guy. That's got to be one of the coolest things. It's like, yeah, see that court? That's me.
Yeah.
That's me. He retired as business education as a business education teacher at Ottawa Hills following the 2022-23 school year. Coach Lindsay is the ultimate definition of a green bear. When I hear green bear, I just don't think fear. I think Winnie the Pooh. I think somebody's got its head caught in a jar of honey. It's like, I don't know. That's Ottawa Hills Athletic Director Ryan Ronkowitz. I don't know if I butchered
Shout out
the
to
name.
Ryan.
What is it?
I just call him Ryan.
Ryan Ronkowitz.
I don't want to mess up that last name. That's the big boss around there.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with him. Anyway, a search for his successor will begin immediately. Well, let me tell you something. You never want to follow the legend. You follow the guy who comes in after the legend, who will fail, and then you come in. But you never know. I mean, they got good athletes at Ottawa Hills.
Yeah. I'll throw my hat in the ring. We're gonna run a very simple offense, run and gun, Coach Carter style, and then defensively, we're gonna foul. We're gonna foul the hell out of you.
Okay, so you're gonna be
final score is gonna be 40-24 every game.
Every game. Would you consider switching from football to basketball?
Never.
Never. No. You're a football guy. You're an X's and O's guy. Oh no, wait. I guess you could do X's and O's on.
You could do it in basketball. Yeah, we had a 7-on-7 yesterday.
Seriously?
Yeah, up against Start. Pretty good time. Shout out to my quarterback.
Are they in pads? Or are they just in like gym shorts?
Helmets,
and
shirts. Yeah.
How they looking? How the
Green
Bears looking?
Young. We're young, but we'll put up a fight. I'm excited.
So obviously they don't tackle. What do they do? Do they wear flags?
No, just a little two-hand touch.
Oh, okay. And where'd you guys play?
At Ottawa Hills.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Did you keep an eye on the Start kids and make sure they didn't steal stuff when they were leaving?
Oh, they were good kids. They were surprised at some of the cars that our kids had, though.
The Start Spartans? Yeah. Those. Listen, the difference in the parking lot at Ottawa Hills is, Beamers and Mercedes and Lexus. You go over to Start's parking lot, and every third car has that wheel hub of the little thing you put on when you have a flat tire. What do they call those? The
donut.
The donut. Yeah, every third car has a donut on it because they can't afford to fix the flat.
A little different. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it's a lot of difference.
Finances. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're good kids over there.
They had good kids over there. Yeah, the Start kids were very and pretty talented too. So I'm excited for them this year too.
But they won't play each other like in regular season,
no,
right?
That's why we can practice together. Their coaching staff was amazing. It was a good time. We're just able to see yourself against other talent.
Right. Starts in the City League, aren't they?
Yeah. I think they'll do good in the City League. They got some speed. It's early though. Everybody has some work to do.
Yeah, well, it all comes down to the quarterback, man. You got to have a good quarterback. I don't care what level it is. It can be Pee Wee.
arm.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, there you go on that. And guess what? We have some walleye news, and finally, we have some walleye news. Good walleye news.
Finally.
Forward Sam Craigs will be returning to the Toledo Walleye for a 5th straight season. Yeah, that's good news. That's pretty darn exciting. Craigs finished the 2024-2025 season with 21 goals, 26 assists, 47 points, adding another 10 points, 4 goals, 6 assists in 20 postseason games. So, yeah, he had a pretty good postseason.
Is he a local kid? I know he went to BG.
I don't know. I know he played college there. I don't know if he's from Toledo, but I know I don't know. I'd have to Google.
I'll check it.
He spent his entire pro career with a Walleye, tallying 128 points, 60 goals, 68 assists, and 213 games. He ranks 7th in franchise history in games played, 10th in points, and 7th in goals. Prior to joining the Walleye, he spent 5 collegiate seasons at BG. So finally, some good news, some key players, because we've got all these other news, because a lot of, not good news, a lot of key players aren't returning to Toledo for next season. Actually, this season it starts. Don't they start training camp in like August? Like they're like a month away.
I think their first game is like
October, but I think they start training camp.
They will start pretty soon.
Yeah, I think they
Maybe
do.
late September, early September.
Anyway, Jan Bednar, he's not coming back. Goaltender, unrestricted free agent, and Grand Rapids Griffins that own the rights, they're like, yeah, we're not resigning you. Trenton Bliss signed a 1-year contract with the Stavanger Oilers in Norway, in Norway's top league. Tyler Spezia, another forward. Spezia signed to play in Germany with the Nürnberg Ice Tigers. Tanner Placek, defenseman, started his professional career with the Walleye. He signed with a team in France. And Mitch Lewandowski, which I really liked watching him play, man. That dude was awesome. He signed to play in Europe, so he gone. Carter Guylander, who I liked he was my favorite goalie. No, he wasn't. I'm sorry, Bednar was. I was the guy that said, why are they playing? Anyway, whatever. He is not on the Walleye's protected list, and so he may not come back. He could be my new favorite goalie if he comes back. But we got the ECHL MVP, Brandon Hawkins. He's coming back, and Sam Craigs. So, all right, we'll see what happens when we get closer to the season. All right, where's he from? Where's Sam from?
He's from Illinois.
Okay.
So, not too far.
No, that's fine, dude.
Hop in and skip away.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad that we finally got some good news when it comes to the Walleye.
Yeah, everybody was going. It was a fire sale.
Yeah, I mean, I know this happens all the time, but, man, they had such a great season getting as far as they did. And, as many as you can keep coming back, playing together with the coaching staff, continuity, chemistry. Because you can have some really great players, but your chemistry sucks and you don't win.
Yeah, got to get used to playing with each other early.
Right,
so.
Right. That's why Spezia not going to be there. That's going to hurt the mayor.
Yeah.
Him and Hawk been playing hockey since they're 5 years old. So anyway, but I'm sure, Walleye is always competitive, and we'll have to see. All right, there you go. Let's get to a break. Coming back, we're going to chat it up with Jim Heller, voice of the Lady Rockets, about Sammy McConowitz and her latest career shift. And we'll do that next right here on 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny Radio. Call or text the show 877-909-1007. Sports and more on 100.7 The Ticket.
Make the Ohio Shores and Islands area the destination for your
3 minutes.
All right. I'll be calling you in 3 minutes. All right, so I'm sending a text to Mark Kerr. Do you know who he is?
No, who is that?
He is, what do they, Google him, wrestler Mark Kerr. Kerr. What do they call him? The Smasher? He's a wrestling legend.
The Smashing Machine?
What is it?
The Smashing Machine?
That's him, Smashing Machine. Well, guess what? He grew up on the east side of Toledo.
Yeah, it says born in Toledo, Ohio. That's cool.
And The Rock is playing him in a movie coming out in October.
Oh, that's sweet. Are they filming here?
I don't know. We'll ask him at his early, All right, let's see if he
Denny
responds.
Schaefer.
After a few pints, this show might really get good.
He's an idiot.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
All right, welcome back, boys and girls. All right, I didn't do my job, Hollywood. I'm supposed to call our guest. Well, I'm texting a next potential guest. A lot of our listeners will know Mark Kerr, the Smashing Machine, a wrestling legend from Toledo. You may not know this. He is doing a movie. They're doing a movie on his life, and
That's
The
cool.
Rock is
Dwayne.
playing him.
That's cool.
Yeah, The Rock. So he's from Toledo, East Side. A very dear friend of mine, Chuck Herman. They grew up in the same neighborhood, so they've kept in touch all these years. So I got the hookup, and I just texted him.
Oh, he went to wait. Oh, that's
Yes,
cool.
go Indians.
What's going on, big guy?
Let's say hello to Jim Heller, everybody. The voice of the Lady Rockets joins us on DennyRadio Sports and More. Late notice. I would rather have you on video so I could see all your sexy handsomeness, but we'll take you over the phone. How you doing, Jimmy?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Don't I get dinner and flowers before the sexy handsomeness? I mean, or am I asking too much these days?
Dude, if you need flowers, I can hook you up. How about a cigar? I'd rather do a cigar.
Oh, go. Now we're talking.
There you go.
All right. Now the doors to the kingdom are wide open.
There you go. I love it. All right. So don't mean to bother you in your summer because I know your brain's got to rest from all the broadcasting and all of that. But I know you know this story. This just came down today. Sammy McConowitz is now part of the Rockets coaching staff. When you heard this news, your first thought?
My first thought was, this could be fun. And here's why I say this. And unfortunately, a press release or a stat sheet doesn't tell a player's heart.
Right.
And if there has been one young woman in the last 20 years who has survived on determination and grit and succeeded, she's now on the staff of women's basketball and Sammy McConowitz. And here's why I say this. She had a fantastic career. Her final year, when she absolutely tore apart the record book, was under a new head coach and a completely new system. And that to me tells me that this is a young woman who knows how to adapt to circumstances. And if she can teach that to these incoming freshmen and a group of sophomores that got some valuable minutes last year, she's going to be well on her way to having that same sort of success as a coach that she did as a player.
See, I think because people like her that play with such intensity, I think it's hard for them to walk away from the game, and I think that can make for a great coach.
Oh, there's no doubt. If she can channel that vibe, if you will, as a coach, that's going to be a wonderful addition to the program. And the coaching staff, each one of them has a different style. Jeff Lanier, who's the associate head coach, has a different style than Jenny Bogus, the head coach. Tamika Keene, who is another one of the assistants, does things a little differently than Jeff and Jenny. And adding Sammy to that mix and all the history behind her, you're going to have a lot of young players that are going to look at her numbers and say, I want to be like that. And keep in mind, you're talking about the school's all-time leading rebounder. You're talking about the young lady who has played the most games in a Toledo uniform, the most minutes. She was 10th in scoring. There's only 2 players in the 50-year history of the program to have over 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. And she's one of them.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I tell you. Now, she's going to handle duties related to player development, recruiting, day-to-day operations, and more in her role. Now, explain what that is. She's just going to do it. Sounds like she's doing everything.
Well, you know what? She did everything as a player. And keep in mind, she did this with 2 Mid-American Conference Players of the Year on the floor with her and still put up these absolutely video game numbers. So, and my comment through the years about the mayor is when you look at the stat sheet at the end of the game, Sammy does Sammy things. In other words, she did all the blue collar work. And I don't know who came up with the moniker of blue collar work ethic gold standard, but they should have put her picture next to that catchphrase when it first came out. So, yeah, I think this is a wonderful addition. I think her being there with Jenny for year number 2 is going to reap a lot of benefits. There is no doubt in my mind. This is a fantastic hire.
All right, if you're just joining us, we're talking to Jim Heller, voice of the Lady Rockets. Sammy McConowitz, Lady Rocket legend, is now on the coaching staff. Jimmy, it says that she has been hired as a graduate assistant.
Correct.
Is that a paid position?
Well, she is going to earn her master's degree. As far as the numbers are concerned, I'm sure there is some money involved in that. I mean, none of us work for free. So I would think there's certainly some cash consideration involved in that. What that number is, buddy, that's way above my pay grade.
Well, I just wonder, because when I think graduate assistant, I think like an intern, but it sounds like if she's going to handle play,
it's certainly a lot more than that. And you mentioned one duty in there, recruiting.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that is where we're going to see a side of Sammy that we haven't seen before. Okay. This was a young lady who, led quietly in a very, very determined manner. Now she is going to be on the road talking to high school players and trying to encourage them to come to Toledo. And there's a lot of things she's going to talk about. Okay, including the opportunity to play at Savage Arena, which is a gorgeous facility. The opportunity to play in front of over 4,000 fans and being in the top 30 in the country in attendance. She now has to sell these things. And I don't think there's a better person to do it.
Well, and plus she was a walk-on. She wasn't even a scholarship player till what year?
Absolutely. She was, she came in as a freshman as a walk-on,
right?
And then all of a sudden, opening day in the starting lineup.
That doesn't happen. That never happens. How does that even freaking happen?
Well, it's a little Rudy-esque, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
But sometimes success is motivation plus opportunity.
Right.
And the stars lined up for her. And what most people don't realize is she was part of a team that started 2 freshmen and 3 sophomores. And we didn't have a player over 6 foot on the roster. And somehow that team struggled and scratched and clawed their way to a 500 season. And they won those 12 games on pure effort. And it was at that point that I noticed that lineup with her and Sophia Wire and Quenisha Lockett and Kara Goss, And then you had Jessica Cook the following year. I knew at that point, if we could keep that core together, we were going to do something special. And it was 3 MAC regular season championships back to back to back, and the first time in the history of the program. And one of the big reasons was you had Sammy McConowitz in there fighting for everything.
That's pretty awesome. Now, is there opportunity for women to play overseas at the professional level? Did Sammy have any opportunity, or does that not even exist for the women?
I mean, I can think of countless former Rockets that are playing overseas right now and making a nice living. Jada Jansen and Justina King, who are part of that 2023 MAC championship team, they're playing overseas.
Okay.
Alicia Lockett had the opportunity to play overseas. And a lot of times when they do that, there is an Uncle Sam and the tax man over there. Okay. Hey, back the truck in the garage and it's full of cash. So playing overseas, number one, it gives them an opportunity to continue playing.
Right.
Number two, the international game has grown exponentially in the last 10 years. And number three, it gives them an opportunity to do something they love and make money. So yes, those opportunities exist, and a number of former Rockets have done that and currently are doing it.
Okay. Well, if I get around, I might ask her about it. Did she have the opportunity? Did she want to do it, or does she just want to stay close at home, or did she know? No, I'm just going right into coaching, because I could see her coaching. Within the first couple of years. Maybe at a high school at first, or whatever, or maybe a small college at some point, or maybe at Lord's. I mean, who knows?
Well, and this is one thing, and this is where I have a great respect for women's college basketball coaches, and not just the head coaches, the associates and the staff, because sometimes they have to move in a heartbeat. Okay. Because, that opportunity comes, and I have an opportunity to go to a slightly bigger school. But I've only been at the school I'm at 2 to 3 years. Okay. So they have to be willing to move. It's hard to do that. Would I love to see her become an assistant coach at Toledo after a couple of years? Absolutely. Oh, I think that would be wonderful. But I think this is the first step of many for her in the coaching ranks, and I think she's a wonderful fit for it.
All right, awesome. Jimmy, last question for you. In your opinion, how have the Lady Rockets done with the portal during the offseason, and what do you expect next year to look like?
Here's what I expect to see next year. We won't be quite as tall as we were last year. We lost 3 young ladies who did a wonderful job in the center position: Jessica Cook, Hannah Novoroski, and Nan Garcia. And Nan was a wonderful forward as well and could shoot the 3. We did have a young lady transfer in from Western Michigan who stands 6'4". I've heard a lot of nice things about her. I think we might be a little bit more built for speed this year, and that's my guess. Just taking a look at the roster top to bottom, because we don't have the 6'6" player like we did last year in Hannah Novoroski, but and I saw this last year. We have the ability in 40 minutes time to wear people out. And I think that's going to be emphasized even more next year.
So you expect, even you think it's going to be a down year, rebuilding year, or what do you think?
Well, you have to replace 5 very good seniors, and that's not an easy thing to do. Having one of them on the bench now certainly helps, but I'm absolutely enamored with last year's freshman class, and they all become sophomores. I think Kendall Carruthers and Faith Fed Robinson could dominate this league. Are we going to have Sophia Wired and Quenisha Lockett all over again? Who knows? I think the elements are there. I think we're going to do it a little bit more next year with speed as opposed to good speed and great size. They like to say at Toledo, we reload, we don't rebuild. And the number of consecutive 20-win seasons speaks for us. So, can I look at our schedule right now and say, oh my God, we're going to win 24 games? No, I can't. Not at this point. But with what we have coming back, we are certainly going to compete for a MAC championship. No doubt in my mind.
Awesome. Jim Heller, great to hear from you, my man. Thanks for going on short notice, and we need to get together and have a stogie, pal, so text me.
Hey, I'm all for it, my friend. Enjoy your summer. Great chatting with you as always.
All right, take care, Jimmy. See ya.
See you, buddy.
Bye-bye. Jim Heller, voice of the Lady Rockets. Good stuff as always. That dude, he is a statistic machine.
Yeah, Jim is the guy that you need to say good things about you.
And, he'd be great for like trivia and stuff.
Yeah.
Playing trivia. It's like, he'd be your ace in the hole.
Yeah.
I'd have him on my team all day, every day. All right, there you go, people. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And we have to get to a break because Denny has to pee. And we're going to come
old
back.
Man bladder, huh?
Oh, yeah. We're going to come back with the Ass Hand of the Day. And we will never run out of these, ever. Ass Hand of the Day brought to you by Denny's Cafe in Rossford. Speaking of Rossford, and we'll do that next on 100.7 The Ticket.
I thought he retired. Denny Radio is on 100.7 The Ticket.
You know what makes a great time even better? Great deals. So when you're having a great time
For a
playing
minute.
pool with your friends at Miss Q, remember Wednesdays are free pool days when you wear your current Miss Q t-shirt, 21 and over. And on Thursdays, it's ladies' night. $4 Long Island
4 minutes,
and
I'm
free
sorry.
pool for the
All right, I'll
ladies,
be right
21 and over. Who says nothing fun happens in the middle of the week? Miss Q, where the fun just gets better. Find us on Reynolds near Glendale and Alexis near Telegraph or online at MissQToledo.com.
Homeowners, Denny Schaefer here. Looking for an improvement project where you can recoup up to 75% of your investment the day it's complete? It's the Garage. Right now, get $750 off. Schedule your free estimate now at linksconcretecoatings.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Reel in the deals during Fin Feather Fur's annual customer appreciation sale. Save 10% on all in-stock Zoom baits, robo-worms, reaction innovations, owner hooks, gamakatsu hooks, spro frogs, and advanced tackle stinger spoons. Save 25% on all Fluger President spinning reels, 20% on Daiwa J braided line, and 15% on all in-stock Warden's rooster tail and Mepps spinners. Purchase any 13 Fishing Inception G2 baitcast reel and get a 13 Fishing Meta Rod at 50% off. Shop the Fin and save.
His Store and More, your one-stop man shop. You know, nearly every special occasion, there's always a cigar. Think about it. You go camping with your friends and somebody brings a cigar. Your yearly fishing trips always have cigars. Oh, and those golf weekends, you are all but guaranteed there's going to be cigars. Some of the best memories you'll ever make will be sitting around a campfire and enjoying a premium cigar from His Store and More. And if you're not sure what cigar to buy, stop in. One of our educated staff members will help you make an excellent choice. His Store and More's humidor is all Spanish cedar, not drywall with heat and AC blowing in. What are you doing, drying boots in there? His Store and More has an amazing selection from premium cigars to top-of-the-line and flavor-infused cigars, and the prices are amazing. Just know this, you'll find that perfect cigar that goes with your favorite drink. His Store and More, open 7 days a week with hours designed for the working man. Located on Lewis Avenue in the same plaza as Smokehouse 734 in Temperance.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. That's right. Weight loss seminar Sunday, July 27th at the Hampton Inn and Suites Toledo Westgate in Toledo. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
The 2025 Major League Baseball All-Star Game from Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia.
The Stars are going to shine on a stage unlike any other.
Gone home run! Shohei Ohtani
mythic feats happen on an almost nightly basis.
A home run for Aaron Judge.
The 2025 Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Eddie made the catch.
Coverage begins Tuesday night at 7 o'clock p.m. First pitch at 8 here on Toledo's home for the All-Star Game. 100.7, The Ticket.
Denny Schaefer.
He's definitely a big-time cuckoo bird.
He's an idiot.
Denny Radio, Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back, boys and girls. DennyRadio Sports and More brought to you by St. Mary's Meats, the only place to go for local fresh cut meat. Nobody beats AJ's Meat.
Nobody.
We are up on the Bakery Unlimited Facebook Live cam. If you want to check us out, bakeryunlimited.com. Time now for the Ass Hat of the Day, brought to you by Danny's Cafe in Rossford, 600 Dixie Highway, beautiful downtown Rossford. Nearly 100 years of food, fun, and memories. And radio legend Jeff Lamb does karaoke on Monday nights at Danny's. All right, again, this is kind of like a PSA and your ass hat of the day, like yesterday.
Ass hat.
Pro tip of the day: you should try your best to be a good person. I think we can all agree with that. Just not too good. A guy in Northern California saw an injured bear, not a green bear, but an injured bear on the side of the road. So what did he do? He decided to help out, and the bear mauled him.
Asshat.
It happened in Humboldt County near the Oregon border. They didn't release the guy's name, probably because, he's embarrassed, so we'll just call him
Asshat.
He's 59 years old. One report said he saw the bear get hit. Then another report said he actually hit the bear with his car, felt guilty about it, and got out to render aid to a bear. He tried to give it a boost up over a concrete barrier on the side of the road. By the way, it wasn't a cub. It was a full-grown 400-pound black bear.
Asshat.
The bear didn't know he was trying to help. It's a wild freaking animal. So what did it do? I mean, first off, it's injured, so it's in pain, which is going to make it even more vicious.
Yeah.
He chomped down on the guy's left arm multiple times. An off-duty EMT person applied a tourniquet to his arm, or he would have lost his arm, and called 911. The guy was treated at a nearby hospital, but they didn't release details on his condition. Sadly, the bear didn't make it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, 59-year-old dude. If you're listening, congratulations. You are the
Asshat
of the day, brought to you by Danny's Cafe in Rossford, 600 Dixie Highway, right downtown.
The poor bear.
Yeah, I felt bad for it. It was hard looking at the picture.
Yeah.
Of the bear, kind of like, but I mean, it happens. I mean, do you get that sad when you see a dead deer on the side of the road? I bet you don't.
Sometimes if I see the accident happen, I do. If it's just, down. I see a lot of wild animals just laying there,
What's the craziest thing you ever saw dead on the side of the road?
Maybe a coyote.
A coyote?
Yeah.
So I was in construction, right out of high school. We were putting in sprinkler systems, fire protection in buildings, put them in a lot of Kroger's, different hospitals and stuff. And I was driving to a job in Port Huron, okay? So that's straight east of Flint. So I'm going out 69, driving, and it's 2-lane road once you get past Lapeer. And the sun was just coming up, so it was very early. And the foreman, the guy, he had been drinking all night, so he's sleeping in the passenger seat, and I'm driving. And all the sun is just coming up, and it's coming from the east, so there's a little bit of glare, and I'm driving, and there wasn't many people on the road, and I'm looking, and I see something on the side of the road, and I'm like, what the heck is that? Like right on the shoulder of the road. And I'm getting closer, and I'm like, holy crap, it looks like a cow.
Oh, wow.
So I slow way down and I get up right by it. It was a horse.
Oh, sheesh.
Somebody hit a freaking horse and it was down on the side of the road.
Was it alive? Or
I
it was
don't know. I just kept going. There's no way. I'm not good in those.
Yeah, I'm not
situations.
stopping for. Yeah.
Yeah, back then, I mean, I'm a 911 guy. I'll call 911 all day. I'll be the 911 guy. Call,
Not a vet or an EMT.
Me neither. I'm not rendering aid to anybody. That and I'm a sissy. Yeah, I'm just like, of course. I'm telling you what. It was very freaky. So.
Yeah, I've never seen a horse down. The coyote was still alive, but it was pretty much over with.
Yeah, you're gonna lose that coyote.
Yeah, sometimes you want to just go end it for them so it's quick, but
that's what cops do. That's what like state troopers and stuff like that. Don't they do that stuff if there's an animal that's wounded on the side? If not, they should.
But I can't just discharge my firearm. Catch a charge.
I don't know what the rule is on that. 877-909-1007. If you care to participate in the program, you can call, you can text.
People really didn't miss me because getting 2 calls on Monday when I'm not here and then
I don't know.
Quiet week. Yeah.
I don't know what's up with that. I think it's racist.
Yeah. Honestly, when you really think about it.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Well, that and
white people are nuts.
And there's
white people are nuts.
All right. I'm bringing this up only because I hate these things, but I'm going to say it anyway. Toledo ranks among top 10 most stressed cities in the U.S. according to a new report. And you know what? This report stresses me out. If you think life in Toledo is feeling a little more stressful in 2025, well, now there's data to back it up. Okay, they've never been here. Okay, Wallet Hub puts this crap together all the time to try to get clicks. Okay, to try to stay of it. That's what they do. Okay, they rank Toledo as the number 8 most stressed city in America, up sharply from number 26 last year. So last year it was a 26 stress. Now it's 8th in the whole country. Yeah, I'm not buying that.
You don't see it?
No. The annual ranking evaluates 182 cities across 4 categories: work stress, financial stress, family stress, health and safety stress. Toledo didn't top any one category, but scored consistently high in all 4. Work stress, Toledo's 35th. Financial stress, 18th. Family stress, 14th. Health and safety stress, 19th.
I can see it.
See what?
There's no category where it's like you're 120th or something. Like, it's pretty high.
Okay, but this is based on what metric? I'll get to that in a second. What's notable is that Toledo didn't land in the bottom tier nationally for any specific stress factor, unlike some other cities in the top 10. Like Cleveland is number 2 overall because of high poverty rate, high divorce rate, one of the worst sleep scores in the country. I mean, how does Wallet Hub know how much we're freaking sleeping? I mean, that's
just surveys.
Okay. Akron landed at number 11 with high family and financial stress. Cincinnati is number 21. Columbus is number 58. Number 1 most stressed city in America is Detroit, the Motor City.
For sure.
And it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
They placed in the bottom 5 nationally for median credit score, second to worst. Poverty rate, highest in the U.S. Divorce rate, second highest. Fewest average hours of sleep, they're the worst. Detroit also placed 4th in the health and safety stress overall and 3rd in financial stress. Yeah, I'm just thinking, there's
just a Midwest thing. You want to know why it gets cold here? There are no beaches to go to year round where you can just take in sun and relax.
Yeah.
It's very stressful.
All right.
Crime
Where
rates.
Toledo stands out, it wasn't listed among the worst cities for poverty, affordable housing, sleep deprivation, crime rate, credit scores, divorce rates, and health outcomes. Now, here's how they ranked them. Wallet Hub used 39 data points from sources including the CDC, the FBI, and U.S. Census Bureau, and somebody called ShareCare, a digital health and wellness company. So all they did was count stats.
Mm-hmm.
And, and listen, have you ever talked to the CDC and do you ever tell them any of your private information? That'd be held to the no.
Oh, for sure.
No, nobody does that. All right. It's BS. Detroit led the list with a 61.82. Cleveland was second with 60.83. And Toledo came in at 54.15. So when you see these type of stories, I think
it's like inner Toledo, not like greater Toledo. Greater Toledo is fine.
Even inner Toledo was fine. Okay. We're a lot better off than a lot of other cities. Okay. There were six murders over the 4th of July weekend. Take a look at other cities. They probably got a lot higher murder rate than that.
Sure. That's
do
Wednesday.
They do that today.
I was gonna say that's Wednesday in Detroit.
I'm just very protective of Toledo. I just am because Toledo gets a bad rap by so many people, and a lot of the bad rap comes from people that were born and raised here, and you people are pitiful in my book.
But now why you see that's why they're eighth. They were responding to Wallet Hub.
Yeah, Wallet Hub sucks.
It's kind of like when people ask for a survey and you only fill out the survey when you know you have something bad to say and never when it's like an awesome experience. It's like that.
Yeah. All right. Coming back. Hottest team in baseball still. We'll talk a little baseball. Michigan recruiting. We're going to talk about that. And whatever else comes our way. Hour 2, Denny Radio Sports and More is next on 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny Radio. Call or text the show 877-909-1007. Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
All right. We're going to text. Adam in Oregon. All right. I got to stretch this. We got a couple minutes here.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Nick DeLuca. Quarterfinal continues at Wimbledon. Number 1 seed Yannick Sinner working around an elbow injury. Didn't bother him against 10th seed Ben Shelton. Sinner winning in straight sets 7-6, 6-4, and 6-4. Second career semifinal appearance at Wimbledon. Will face the winner of Novak Djokovic and Flavio Cavalli, even through 2 sets on serve in the third. 4-3. Djokovic won the first meeting between the two. The match on ESPN TV. Major League Baseball All-Star Game coming next weekend. It'll feature the ABS Challenge System. MLB officials adding it to the game with a plan to propose it as a full-time addition next season. Was also used during spring training this year. The NBA, the Thunder agreeing
regular programming on
5-year max rookie contract extension can be worth up to $250 million.
Hello.
Good afternoon. My name is Emily. Administration has been
Blah, 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 blah.
Denny Schaefer. He's an idiot.
Hey, looky here. We get another hour together, people. You lucky lose. DennyRadio Sports and More, brought to you by St. Mary's Meats, the place to go for local fresh cut meat. Nobody beats AJ's mate.
Nobody.
877-909-1007. That's the number to call or text, just like Adam in Oregon. He said, dead horse on the side of the road. That's the most Amish stuff I've ever heard. I think he's being funny. Yeah, it was weird because there was nobody else around. It was just very strange. Anyway, moving along. You can watch us up on the bakeryunlimited.com Facebook page, Bakery Unlimited, 2 locations to serve you with yummy goodness there on Secor Road, just north of the Toledo Clinic. And they are also in the Saxon Square Plaza.
You're stopping by tomorrow, right?
I am not making any promises. I'm scheduled to, I got to reach out to Andrea or Laura or Michelle or somebody. Last time I just completely forgot. So
okay.
I got to write myself a note.
It's okay.
Or text me in the morning and say, hey, don't forget, go to Bakery Unlimited. That'll help. Because I'm old, I just forget crap. So there you go. I'm hoping to, because I know it means a lot to you guys.
Yeah.
And, Josh B did such a great job, helping out while you were, becoming a man. So there you go. All right. How about talk some Tiger baseball?
Eat him up, Tiger. Eat him up.
Oh.
Eat him up, Tiger. Eat him up.
Yes.
Eat him up. Eat him up, Tiger. Eat him up. Let's eat him up.
Colt Keith homered and drove in 3 runs as my Tigers won their 5th straight game, beating the Tampa Bay Rays 4-2 last night. Detroit has outscored their opponents 19-6 in the winning streak, which started with a 3-game sweep of the Cleveland Guardians over the weekend. Tigers and Rays again at 5:10 today.
Yeah. Very early start.
In Detroit, that's just weird. I wonder why that is. Is there like weather or something coming? And they're like, okay, to get this in, we got to start at 5:10. And because they usually start, they've been starting at 6:40.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, traffic is going to be a headache.
Oh yeah, never thought of that. Yeah, if you're going to the Tiger game right now, you better be on the road right now.
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Yeah, or you better be up near the stadium right now because it's going to be brutal getting anywhere near Comerica Park.
5 o'clock? Sheesh.
Yeah, that's brutal. I would get off and then I would take side streets all the way up along the river.
That's your best bet.
Yeah, that really is because it's not going to be any fun. So last night got done playing golf about 8 o'clock over at Crooked Creek, and Jen hooked us up and put the Tigers on while we sat in to, score, tally up the scorecard. And it was 2-2. And then all of a sudden, the Tigers are now up, 4-2, whatever. So we stayed and watched a bunch of the game. And I mean, it's just, and like I was telling, all 4 of us are Tiger fans. We're sitting there watching the game. Well, no, 3 of us are. One's a Guardians fan, Jimmy Schock. Me and Brad Conn, realtor man, retired. And John Hills, my former tax man, we're Tiger fans. And so we were just talking about, and we all have the same general idea. I hope the Tigers aren't peaking too early.
No, I think I think this is who they are.
Well, I want to believe that, but here's the thing. It's like being a Lions fan. You know, you get wounded over all the years of being mediocre. Now, the Tigers at least have had some championships in my lifetime, 2 of them actually, 1984 and 1968. The Lions, no. Their last championship came before I was born.
Yeah, and
I
that
think it
was
was like
a long time ago.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
don't think your parents weren't even born, dude.
I don't even think they had TVs back then.
Yeah, we did. We did. They were black and white, though. They were all black and white. I remember it was like 1967 or 68 before we got our first color TV.
That's when you put the hanger on the TV to get a good
No,
reception.
rabbit ears, dude. It wasn't a hanger. You didn't have a hanger. It just had a thing like rabbit ears. It was sitting out like this on top of your TV. It was crazy. Cable, though, when cable came to be, that was the greatest thing ever, man.
Remember when TV went off and then they played the national anthem? And
Oh, yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
I worked at radio stations where I would sign off at midnight and play the national anthem. And I
that's
worked
it.
at radio stations where I would sign on and play the national anthem to start the day. So I've done both.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. A lot simpler back then. Radio was pretty cool back then.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah, it was. Hey, let's go to Houston. And Angel rescued the Guardians last night. That would be, it would be Angel because his name's not Angel. But anyway, whatever. Martinez. The Guardians wasted a hard-earned. They're up 6-1, and they blew the lead. And thank God, the score's tied, 10th inning. Angel Martinez, 1-1 count. He sent a 96-mile-an-hour fastball into the Crawford boxes, whatever that is, in left field in Houston. A grand slam, and the Guardians win 10-6 to give the Guardians their second straight win after they lost 10 in a row. And the Guardians and Stros again tonight at 8:10 in Houston. But I won't be able to watch it because it's not on FanDuel Sports Ohio because they didn't work out a deal.
They want to sign that deal.
You know what I might do? Because I'm going to see my sister-in-law, Diane, after the show today. Maybe I'll record the Tigers, and then when I get back, I'll just watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I tell you what, baseball, it's so much faster now than it's ever been. Games are over in 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, it is pretty quick.
Which I like. So, and then you got a remote.
You can speed through those commercials.
Oh, yeah. I can watch a game in a
The only thing is you already know who won.
Okay. Unless you're going to text me and tell me.
I can.
Don't.
Just to ruin
don't
the
do that.
experience.
This is the thing that ticks me off every football season, okay? I have people that'll text me what's going on with the Michigan game during the game.
Oh, yeah.
And they start with, man, doesn't look good for Big Blue today. And I'm like, how about you start? This is my rule. Because I turn my phone off or I put it on Do Not Disturb because I record a lot of Michigan games because I'm a busy, happening guy.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff going on Saturdays in the fall. I'm in demand, Hollywood. I'm in demand.
Yeah.
In other words, the honey-do list sometimes doesn't get done before kickoff. And plus, I like going through the commercials. I speeding through. Anyway, so I rip my friends. Did it ever occur to you that I wasn't watching the game live and I'm going to watch it later? And now you just wrecked it for me? Thanks.
You got to watch it live, though.
No.
I think because I grew up in the Twitter generation where Twitter would ruin anything for you, so you have to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, Michigan Ohio State game I always watch live. I ain't taking the chance that some Doofenshmirtz is gonna, text me. So now my friends will go, "Hey, are you watching the game?" That's what I get now because I've ripped somebody up. Yes, I'm watching it live, and then they'll comment, and then we'll be going back and forth through the whole game, or I'll say, "No, I'm recording it," and then crickets. I don't hear anything from them. Anyway.
That's fair.
Cincinnati, Miami Marlins extended their franchise road record streak to 11, 12-2, butt kicking over the Reds last night. Reds and Marlins again in Cincy at 7-10. That one, I wish Cincy was better because they're on Fox Sports Ohio, so I can watch them. I'd rather it be the Indians because I'd much rather watch them, but I do like the Reds. So
yeah, the Reds are a 500 team, so can't expect much.
Yeah, I mean, I had higher hopes for him, but you
can always watch De La Cruz just for De La Cruz, I guess.
I do like him.
Yeah.
And how we love our mighty Mud Hens. Toledo and Omaha combined for 8 home runs. We were talking about it yesterday because it was going on when we were on the air. 12-8 wieners for the Mud Hens. Same 2 teams scheduled to play in Omaha. They're playing every day through Sunday. 8:05 is the first pitch. 8:05 p.m. the first pitch tonight. And unfortunately, BCSN never does.
They don't travel.
Yeah, they don't do the away games because it would cost too much money.
Yeah, I wish I could see it though.
Yeah, I mean, I'd watch them if they. I mean, I watch them when they're home. Every time when they're home, I'll watch them on BCSN. Well, let's go to a game, dude.
Yeah, I got tickets. So,
by the way, did you ever? Where do you got tickets? How do you got tickets?
The station. I know people.
Really? Did you? Hey, what time is Christine Brennan going to be on today, Mister?
I didn't get a response to that email, actually, sir.
Really? Who'd you send it to?
The Ryan, the one we were talking about earlier.
Oh, you sent it to the AD?
Yeah, but I think he's on vacation.
You actually did that?
Yeah.
Dude, you should. And you didn't CC me?
No.
Did you mention me?
Denny Schaefer? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was for your show, sir.
Back in the day.
That used to mean stuff.
Oh, yeah. They used to. That would strike fear in the average human. Now it's just like, that guy's still around? I thought he died.
I thought he retired.
I thought he was dead. Thought he was dead. Anyway, Christine Brennan, the reason we bring this up, and I meant to ask Jim Heller about it, and it slipped my mind. Her book came out yesterday called On Her Game, Caitlin Clark and the Revolution of Women's Sports. She's calling her economic rocket fuel for the WNBA. She says this wasn't just sports, it was entertainment, wrote Brennan of Caitlin Clark, Indiana Fever guard. Here's the thing. This is how much this has impacted even me. I'm going to peep out the WNBA All-Star game that's coming up weekend after next.
Oh, the layup contest.
Do we know that? Do we know that the women are like the men? The men are a joke.
The game, they're pretty intense. So I would imagine it'll be intense, but it's still an all-star game. So
have you watched any WNBA All-Star game in the past?
By mistake, probably once or twice.
By mistake. See, I don't know if they phone it in like they do in the NFL. It's not even football.
When is the All-Star game? Because usually when they do the All-Star game,
yeah,
it's like around like that Olympic break or when a lot of people go pay for their national team. So it's not always like the superstar.
It's Saturday, July 19th, 8:30 p.m. on ABC.
Okay, prime time.
Prime time on a
Saturday
in the middle of summer.
Man, I'll be doing something though. 9:30.
I'm going to try to
probably be at the club.
I'm going to try to record it. I wanted to ask Heller about Caitlin Clark and his thoughts on how she's getting abused in the WNBA.
Oh,
yeah, dude, she's getting abused.
Oh, brother.
They hate her. So this is the thing we were talking about yesterday on the golf course because that's where everything gets solved on the golf course, in between beers and cigars. Here's the thing. Agree or disagree, Chris Hollywood? Best thing ever happened to the WNBA is Caitlin Clark.
Kind of.
Okay, we can't have a conversation when you start out wrong.
The best thing that ever happened.
That's ever to this point in the WNBA, since they've been around for 20 plus years, however long they've been around.
Yeah, I could say that. She's good for the economics.
Besides the NBA finally partnering up with them and getting them a TV deal.
I think that was
the most impactful.
Yeah.
But there's never been a player that moves the needle like her. It's like Tiger Woods when he's playing on TV and golf, people watch. Caitlin Clark.
It was the merging of the two, though. I think.
Oh, I would agree.
One couldn't happen without the other.
Correct. But without Caitlin Clark, TV, we already know TV ratings are down because she gets hurt, and salaries are going to go up.
Yeah, but you're not watching Caitlin Clark without that NBA deal to put them on ABC
Correct, but
instead
they
of
are.
Ion. Yeah.
No, I agree.
We're on
But
the same page. Yeah.
okay, so here's the thing. This is what I don't understand. Why are there so many WNBA players that are not on the Indiana Fever? Why are they trying to hurt her and knock her out of the game when she is actually going to help them get endorsements
Mm-hmm.
and make more money as a player? Why would you want to hurt her? What is going on with these crazy
Physicality is physicality is the way that you stop greatness most of the time. Happened to Jordan.
Okay, it happened to Jordan, but they were all making great money back then.
It happened to LeBron.
They had again, other players are still making that money.
Yeah.
In the men, they've been making, millions for years. The women, this is new to them. When was the last time you saw a WNBA player on a national TV commercial? Let me help you out. Pretty much never.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. No.
It doesn't happen. But now you're starting to see it. You're starting to see some of these WNBA players in national TV commercials. And the reason why is because of Caitlin Clark. So she's
that doesn't mean we don't compete how we compete.
Fine. Compete, play good defense, but don't cheap shot and don't hurt her.
I think they've been cheap shotting. We just haven't been watching. And now that it's happening to Caitlin Clark, it looks like, why is this happening?
But you don't do it to her because she's the one.
No, you can do it to her. You could do it to anybody who's on the court, Denny.
Again, it's hard to have a conversation when you're wrong, Chris.
Do you not hit Tom Brady because he's Tom Brady and he's the GOAT?
No, you
hit him in the mouth.
Yeah, but don't hit him around the knees. You're going to get a penalty.
Yeah, but he missed the season, and we're okay. The NFL
anyway, yeah, they survive. Yeah. All right, it's not the same thing. All right, anyway, so Christine Brennett from Toledo, Ottawa Hills, she has a house there. She bought her parents' home.
Very, very high taxes there. Okay.
Yeah. She doesn't live here, but it says she owns her parents' former home in the village. So I don't know. Maybe she does. Or maybe it's Airbnb or BRBO or whatever.
Verbo.
Yeah, I don't think Verbo. I don't think they allow that in the village. Would they?
Probably not.
Rentals. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they kind of frown.
You can probably do long-term rentals, but not like Airbnb style. No, I doubt that.
Well, she will be at Ottawa Hills this evening at the high school between 6:30 and 8:30.
Okay.
In the junior and senior high school auditorium, which is at 2532 Evergreen Road. The principal, Ben McMurray, said he believes Ms. Clark and Ms. Brennan are role models for younger generations of athletes. He said the Ottawa Hills football, cross country, and soccer teams are excited to attend the event. Okay. You're part of the football team. Are your players going?
Oh, for sure. Right. They have their Special Olympics right before, though. So they'll help out the kids with the Special Olympics, then head over.
Are they paying the $29 to get in?
Oh, they get in for free.
It's $29.99, and you get a hardcover of the book.
Yeah.
By the way, if the dude ever responds to your email,
get her contact info.
Either that, get her contact info, and I've interviewed her before. I'd love a copy of that book. I'd read it.
Okay.
I would. So if you want to go to this, go to gatheringvolumes.com, gatheringvolumes.com/events/46904. Okay. And
they could have bought a different link. They could have.
Here's the thing. Okay. And if somebody wants that bad enough, text me at 877-909-1007. I will send you the link and then you can click on it. This is what kills me about fundraisers or events. Okay. Why do you make it so hard for people to get involved and buy tickets to your event when they do all these, 87 different whatevers? It's like
you could probably go to the Ottawa Hills Athletics page and
probably
there'll be a link on Facebook.
But
Hopefully.
anyway, all right, finishing up, all three Indiana Fever All-Stars will be on the same team for the WNBA All-Star Game in Indy on the 19th. The rosters are chosen by captains Caitlin Clark of the Fever and Nafisha Collier of the Lynx. Hopefully I didn't butcher Nafisha's name.
That was pretty close.
Was it? All right, I tried. They announced it yesterday. Clark and Collier, the two leading vote getters. Oh, look at that. Caitlin Clark, leading vote getter. Huh. Surprising. Anyway, Saturday, July 19th, the All-Star game at 8:30.
She's not the best person on the court. Let's be clear.
Well, no, she's like Larry Bird. She's a trash talker, and she's gonna get what comes to her. But don't hurt her.
Sabrina Ionescu, much better. Aaliyah Boston, much better.
Dude,
Brianna
it's her
Stewart,
second
A'ja
year.
Wilson. I'm just saying, like, I get it. We love her, but let's be honest.
don't
She's
think
not
you
the
do.
best player in the league yet. No, I just don't crown people too
I
early. Their team
agree
was
with you
trash last year. Like,
I agree with you there.
I
But
know
look,
she's a darling in the media, but
she is. She's only a second-year player.
Yeah.
And she's only going to get better. I agree with you there. There's better players in the WNBA. Agreed.
yeah.
But how much better is the Indiana Fever over this season over last?
Oh, much better. Much better. She's watching her this year, her frame is grown. She looks like she's bulked up a little bit in the offseason. I don't like the way their draft and season is. Like, you get no break in between college.
Yeah.
You just go right to the league. So
All right, there you go. All right, we have to break. And then we're going to come back with stuff. I actually have a little NBA news that I find very interesting. And we're also going to talk about the new Dome Stadium for the Browns. Hey, Browns fans, you might want to slow your roll because it may not be coming now. I'll explain what that is coming up after this break. It's DennyRadio Sports and More, live on 100.7 The Ticket.
Sports, pop culture, and anything that pops into his warped mind. Denny Radio is on 100.7 The Ticket.
Homeowners, Denny Schaefer here. Elevate the look and feel of your outdoor living with Link's concrete coatings. Porches, patios, pool surroundings
3
come
minutes.
to life with their Designer Flake series. Experience the difference. Schedule your free estimate now at Link's.
All right, it's going to have to be a quick break, I guess.
yeah, you got time.
But yeah,
Throw a PSA in.
Again at around 3:30, right?
Yeah, yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do a short one.
Denny Schaefer's Talking Sports on 100.7 The Ticket.
Perfect timing. Just sat back out of the chair. Love it. DennyRadio Sports More, brought to you by St. Mary's Meats, the only place to go for local fresh cut meat. Nobody beats AJ's Meat. 877-909-1007. Last call for texts and or phone calls. Tomorrow, the Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers kick off the Las Vegas Summer League seasons. Okay, so you're probably going, really, Schaefer? Is it really that much of a slow sports day?
Yeah, it's a lie, buddy.
Got to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Wimbledon. Although when Djokovic, because what is he, 100? Is that his name?
Novak Djokovic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude with the flat top haircut.
Yeah.
At least he used to have it. Anyway, I want to see if the old man can pull it off. Because is he on a collision course with him and Alcaraz? I want to say Alcatraz. Alcaraz.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't
either. I don't really, I know. Listen, and I don't mean to diss tennis, because tennis fans are rabid friggin' fans. Okay.
Yeah. But it's not the same without Nadal and the good times.
Listen, dude. I remember, Jimmy Connors, John McEnroe, those Rod Laver. That's how old I am. I remember some of and man, when they were on TV, you were watching. It was kind of a big deal. Now, first off, you can't pronounce half their names, and secondly, I don't know. I don't know.
A lot of good tennis players play pickleball now, man. You can tell the truth. That's the issue.
True. Andre
We're
Agassi.
talking about summer league basketball.
I know. Anyway, so here's why I'm talking about a summer league NBA game, which seems like a real yawner. The matchup between the Mavericks and the Lakers has become one of the hottest tickets around, at least by summer league standards. If you want to go to this first ever contest between Cooper Flagg and Bronny James,
okay,
you have to be willing to pay way above face value for a ticket to the game. Sources say the average ticket price is over $200 for a summer league game.
Get the hell out of here. That's a high school basketball game.
I know. That's all it is. I mean, how hard is Cooper Flagg going to be playing?
15 minutes, see what he can do.
They're not gonna take any kind of chances with him.
No, you shut that down. Good 20 minutes, and if he performs well, he'll never see summer league again.
Why is he even playing in summer league? I mean,
you want to see what you got. You gives him a chance to get in the system, see what your other draft picks and possible players in the G League can do. This is a warm.
I don't know. I hope they don't Caitlin Clark him and try to hurt him.
No, he's not the face of the league.
Yeah, that's true.
Bronny James is the face of the league, man.
Is Bronny James ever going to be playing in the NBA, or is he just going to be a leaguer?
He plays.
For who?
The Lakers. He
He's not on
travels.
the team.
Yes, he is. He just does both. He's a two-way player.
Wait, I thought he was in the G League. He was
He
on
is.
the roster
He's on
of
both
the
teams.
Lakers.
Yeah. His dad is LeBron James Sr.
Yeah, nepotism is running strong there for the Lakers.
Been happening in America for forever.
Yeah, but I don't know. Okay, let me ask you this. Is Bronny James good enough to be an NBA player? Ooh, that's a heavy pause. That's a heavy pause. And a slow yes.
Yeah. Kinda. If you change the last name, probably not. But he's not bad.
Okay.
I think people forget about the heart condition.
Changing the name does not add or subtract. Does this guy got enough talent to be on an NBA roster? The only reason
has enough talent.
Does he? Yeah. He didn't even light it up in college, Hollywood. Come on.
He had a heart attack.
Well, I know. That's scary, man. That is just scary.
You're a 19-year-old with a heart attack.
Yeah, that's scary. But they got that all. They got him all fixed up, though, right? He's going to be good.
I hope so. I mean,
yeah, me too. All right, we have to get to another break, and we're going to talk about the Cleveland Browns and are you getting the stadium or not? I'll come back with that right after this on 100.7 The Ticket.
No rules on this show. Denny Radio is on 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny's Cafe Rossford is one of the less iconic.
4 minutes.
Be right back.
Sent you. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
From the Lakes Concrete Coatings Traffic Center, 2 accidents to pass along at this time in your Wednesday commute. One, Alexis at Lewis, another at 280 northbound, just off of Front Street. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
Saturday on ESPN Radio.
A home run for Aaron Judge.
The NL Central leading Cubs face Aaron Judge and the Yankees.
Saturday is game day, yeah.
Coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. First pitch at 1 o'clock here on Toledo's home for Major League Baseball. 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny Schaefer.
You've got a rainbow in your mouth. Open it for the world.
He's an idiot.
Denny Radio, sports and more on 100.7 The Ticket.
All right, welcome back, boys and girls. Oh, look at that. We got Seahawks 12th man jumping on the comment section on the BakeryUnlimited.com Facebook Live page. I think Bronny was forced to the NBA so they could be the first father and son duo. He's not ready for the NBA. Sorry, I caught y'all topic not too long ago. What do you think of that one, Hollywood? What do you think of Seahawks 12th man comment?
Bronny James Jr. is better than Michael Jordan's son. You know.
Okay, so
Yeah, they had to make it happen eventually.
Okay.
You know who's the best out of that class? Their child, Carmelo Anthony.
Out of what?
Out of him, well, D Wade, Chris Paul. Well, Chris Paul's kids are still pretty young, but like kids who could make it to the NBA.
Yeah.
No, none of Jordan's kids made it. They tried to make it happen, but they were very mediocre in college. So,
I mean, could you imagine being Michael Jordan's kid and you going up for the
could
basketball?
you imagine being LeBron James' son and growing up and going to the NBA?
Yeah. I mean, and
Big
you're not,
shoes.
and the only reason you're there is because of your last name and your dad. That's the only reason he's there, dude. There's no way he never would have got drafted. You don't think for a second that LeBron said, "You don't draft him, I'm leaving." You
Oh,
know
for sure.
that happened.
Yeah. I think Bryce is pretty good though. Bryce is a good player. Bronny, he's a little undersized and he's a
Yeah.
guard, but he's not a point guard, so it doesn't work.
All right, let's talk Cleveland Browns, because anytime I get to talk about football, I like talking about football because it's my favorite sport, and we are getting that much closer. And Browns fans, I know you're passionate about your team, and you're probably digging the fact that you might be getting a new stadium. Story out of Columbus: the strategy for funding a new dome stadium for the Browns using taxpayers' unclaimed funds violates multiple provisions of the state and federal constitutions, according to a class action lawsuit that was just filed in county court. I called it. Former Ohio Attorney General Mark Dan, Lieutenant Dan, and former state rep Jeffrey Crossman filed the expected legal action in Franklin County Common Pleas Court. This happened Monday, on behalf of 3 named Ohio residents, as well as other individuals whose unclaimed funds are being held by the state as of June 30th, 2025. They have asked the court for an injunction to stop the plan, which means there's no dome stadium coming if this lawsuit is successful, or if they can keep it tied up long enough in court. The lawsuit argues, say what?
I said, yeah, they're gonna have a hard time pushing that through.
The lawsuit or the financing?
The financing. The lawsuit will stay stuck in court, but
will they be able to have access to the $600 million while it goes through court?
for sure.
See, I'm not sure they will. The lawsuit argues that taking money from the state's unclaimed funds account to pay for a stadium that Haslam Sports Group is planning for suburban Brook Park, which is not even downtown, violates constitutional prohibitions against taking people's private property for government use, as well as citizens' due process rights. By the way, you know who's excited about this lawsuit? The city of Cleveland.
Yeah.
Who hates the fact that they're going to move the Browns out of downtown. I'm telling you right now, the Browns belong downtown.
Is the stadium terrible?
No, it's not. It
I
can be
drove past
renovated.
it needs to be renovated, but
It can be renovated. Listen,
downtown Cleveland gets really cold. Chicago may be the only place I've been that's colder downtown.
but that's part of the advantage of being a Cleveland Brown fan and a Cleveland Brown player. That gives you an advantage.
Oh, so your tears can freeze.
The sissy dome teams that come in for the playoffs, it gives you an advantage when it's 10 degrees out and you're playing a sissy soft team.
The playoffs?
Well, someday. It's not going to be this year, my man. The Browns.
We got home field advantage if we make it to the playoffs.
I mean, you heard my song. The Browns are a dumpster fire, okay? I'm telling you, Joe Flacco, I just read a story how well Joe Flacco's doing and how the players love him.
Yeah.
Tell me Flacco's going to be the starter, my man.
Yeah, for weeks 1 through 6. And then you go 0-6 and you put the young kids in. It's all a part of the plan.
The litigation challenges specific provisions in the state's 2-year, $60 billion operating budget that diverts more than $1 billion in unclaimed funds. There's $1 billion in money that people don't even know that they're owed. That's the part that's like crazy. And with the internet, there should be somebody who actually works in that division that is actually seeking people and saying, hey, do you know you've got a $150 deposit that you made back 20 years ago? And where do you want us to send the check?
You think that's going to happen?
That
in
should
America?
happen. That's what, if government actually worked for the people, the governor would say, here's what we're going to do. We're going to come up with some kind of creative name, and we will pay the people every time a check gets cut to the citizens, then you'll get paid a portion of it or something.
Right.
Anyway, it's $1 billion in unclaimed funds to create an Ohio Cultural and Sports Facility Performance Grant Fund. They made that up. That's just crap. It designated $600 million for the Browns as its first grant. So they made up some fictitious Ohio Culture and Sports Facility Performance Grant Fund. They put that in the budget. Okay, these politicians, these
They're
people,
good. They're good.
No, they're criminals. They're freaking thieves. They're
But
criminals.
the precedent has been set, so I feel like if you want to open something, you can go and just ask the state for $600 million at that point.
Yeah, and you ain't getting nothing unless you're putting checks in politicians' pockets for millions and millions of dollars over the years.
Yeah, lobbying, man. You gotta lobby.
It's crap. And then so they create this fictitious Ohio Culture and Sports Performance Grant, and then they put in the law, and they designate $600 million for the Browns as its first grant.
They could have started with a park or something. They could have.
How? That is so criminal. No, they didn't. No, they wouldn't go just for a park with a bunch of teeter totters and swing sets.
You got to start somewhere, you know.
They're going right for, hey, let's give the Haslams, who's billionaires.
Yeah.
Let's give them, over $500 million. And you wonder why people hate politicians.
Yeah.
This is why.
Yeah.
And the governor, he should be embarrassed for signing the budget. Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost, he's the current. He spoke out against using unclaimed funds for such a purpose.
Okay.
And he's told DeWine to veto it. So I don't know if he's like being a good soldier saying, okay, I'm going to oppose this even though, However, the state's top lawyer has said he believes the plan is legally sound. So he's saying, okay, I'm against this, but I don't see how they can stop it. It's like, this is just ridiculous.
Loopholes, baby.
It's embarrassing, and it's sad, and it's why our country is in the shape it's in. Boom. All right, there you go.
Guess we got to go to break now.
I'm done ranting. We're coming back, and we're going to check in with Black and White Sports, Andre of the Savages. We'll do that next on 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny Schaefer is bringing the thunder. Denny Radio is on 100.7 The Ticket.
Hey everyone, it's AJ from St. Mary's Meats. Did you ever wonder where your meat comes from? Well, St. Mary's Meats does and cares. With all of our fresh and frozen meat selections cut weekly, as well as our 33 flavors of brats and 19 flavors of snack sticks made in-house, plus getting local beef, lamb, and...
Hey, look at Caleb.
Hey.
Hey, Hollywood, you ever talk to Caleb?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Is he still doing his podcast?
I think so. I don't know if he did another episode recently.
Do you know the name of it?
I'll get it from him. I'll have him text us.
He sent me a text. He's commenting on the Brown Stadium. Is it the No Breaks podcast?
I'm not 1,000% sure.
What is it?
I said I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, that's not it. Must be somebody else called Caleb Gill, because he's got Caleb Gill Media. No, this can't be him. Oh, no, that is him. He's got a company called Caleb Gill Media. Look at him go.
He opened a shell corporation?
That's crazy.
Is that like DennyRadio?
Yeah, kind of. Means a whole lot of nothing. Ah.
$45 seconds.
Hey, standing by. See how many bots are watching us today. Oh, 7. Oh, we got 2 people on the Ticket Facebook page and 2 on YouTube. And Amir Bertalan liked our video. Nice.
Something sweet? The Peach Cobbler Factory has warm cobblers with ice cream, sweet cinnamon rolls, pudding shakes, and more. Head over to this station's site for your delicious sweet deal. Buy 25, get 50 in the French Quarter Square, Perrysburg. The Peach Cobbler Factory.
Denny Schaefer.
He's more than just a pretty face. He has got a great torso and incredible calves, and that chin could crack a walnut, couldn't it? Yes.
He's an idiot.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
Final segment, final text. The Brown Stadium isn't terrible. The fans' biggest complaint is the lakefront wind, because when you're in that stadium, you feel every bit of that wind sitting right there on the lake. I'm personally anti-dome because I like home field advantage, but most people are weak. No, I agree. That's Caleb Gill, our man Caleb from Cumulus. All right, let's welcome him.
Just a man's man. Just a man.
Oh, Caleb? Really?
Yeah. A man.
Okay. Really? You can go with that. All right, let's say hello to the home of Black and White Sports. It's Andre of the Savages. Hello, Andre. Welcome back to the show. How's it going?
Good afternoon, good sir. A little better every day. Thank you.
Good. What are you laughing at, Hollywood?
Chris is silly because he's silly.
Oh,
that's
man.
why he's married and he's silly. He still can't believe it. He woke up like, damn, I really did it. I'm stuck. It's over.
No, we're good over
Dude, he's loving it. She made him dinner last night, a home cooked meal
Right.
when he got
That's
home.
hey, year 1.
I got lunch.
Year 1.
Like year 1.
Holler at me.
Dude,
Year 11.
She
We'll
made
see.
lunch for him, and he brought it in, man, and it's stuff he liked.
Oh my goodness. It's still yes, babe. Go wait, hold on. Stop all this because this is deception. Stop. Freeze. Nope. Unfocus me. You won't. I got problems. I came in, I heard it. We're going down the line. First of all, $200 tickets, summer league game. Now we're upset. You guys are silly. We keep acting like we don't know this is the point of all things. So there you have it. So it's not about the doggone, content of your character and this and that. It's about who do they want to see, whether you're sorry or not. So there that is. And the thing, Bronny James, no, he's not good. For the final time, we're stopping that. It's not that. And this guy with the James, if his name weren't James, don't matter if it's James or Rick James. He's sorry. No, it ain't about that. No, that's wrong. We're stopping that
Marketing,
too.
man.
Listen,
Marketing.
Denny, it's Bryce. You want to look at Bryce James.
Yeah.
That's serious. That's
Bryce
real.
is the one, so he's legit. He's going to be the player.
I don't know that that's his dad. Check the DNA. Can't be his daddy. That can't be his father.
How old is he? What grade is he in high school?
He's going to Arizona. He's a freshman this basketball season.
So we get to see him.
Yeah, you get ready to see that. Yep.
I wonder what kind of NIL money he got. I wonder how many millions he got. I bet you.
I don't know. It's worth a look. It's worth a look. And I'll add to that because that's West Coast basketball. Your own Jerry Easter, everybody. Glass City, that too. USC. So let's buckle up. Let's watch it. That's getting ready to happen. 2 freshmen. We like this. And, Jerry's up for that kind of thing. We like it knowing that, there'll be situations where LeBron will be courtside and this and that. LeBron is aware of Jerry and all of this. So let's let the citizenry be advised there when we get to the basketball season. And finally, this Kaylin Clark, Chris, cut it out, man. Stop talking. She's the darling. You're right. She's a darling of the dollars and domination as we're going to watch it. Let's stop acting silly. My game is great.
She's not there yet. Is all I'm saying.
You know what, Andre? I'm liking you more and more now.
Because Andre's all fired up.
I hear this stuff. I don't always get the show, and I was getting that today, and I'm like, hold on, whoa.
She's a phenomenal athlete. She ain't there yet.
Anyway, ain't where I'm here, and therefore we are here.
What's their record?
Listen, they just got smacked today. I just want. Matter of fact, I'm coming off a celebration too. I was spinning around in the parking lot like Julie Andrews. The hills are alive, because that was a big part. Hold on, let's show Chris before we go. Let's let him tell everybody, but don't tell everybody. Don't get like Josh.
What's their record?
Joshua Reed. I'm not worried about the record right
their
now.
record
But
right
we're in
now.
the middle of the season.
Are you talking about
They're about 9 and 8. 9 and 8
They're
or 9
and 10.
Okay,
They're under 500.
As of today.
They are an average 10.
5 minutes ago. As of 5 minutes ago. Well, how about this? Bet the over under. Bet how to finish.
Oh,
bet
no.
the finish.
No,
or bet
I'm
the
not,
finish.
No. I'm
Bet
not
the finish.
falling for the okie doke.
Right, exactly. So okie doke on who's the real situation. Let's stop acting silly here. We're gonna stop this stuff. That's why I'm here, is to police this.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Get this. See, this is why I don't fool with you folks here, and why I'm separate with the energy of being pressed.
You got the right people on here though.
But it's just about the right energy. Denny, I wish you could be here and you could share and bask with us, but it's okay.
That's a good one.
I got him though.
Why can't you show it on the camera? Is it illegal?
No, that was a good pickup.
Yeah, no, it was my afternoon. I worked today. I feel good. At this point, I'm just coasting. It's all a bonus at this point, Denny.
So you're going out for a really nice. You're going out for a really nice dinner tonight. Is that what you're saying?
He can go to.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall back.
I'm cut.
He can take a nice little benchmark.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall back.
Nice benchmark date.
It was nothing. It's nothing. I've made no ground. That was nothing but losses. What it was is a recoup of loss. That's all it was.
Okay.
So it keeps you humble. It's about. I've done nothing. I've done nothing.
All right, people, you're in for it. Two more hours of awesome.
Yeah, he hyped now. He ready. He's ready.
Sports, Andre of the Savages, and between now and tomorrow, I got to figure out how I can keep having conversations with Chris when he's wrong most of the time. No, I'm messing with you, dude. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, I'll be at Yark too tomorrow. Yahoo.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
I'm out of here.
Until next time, this is Denny Schaefer saying, do what you love is freedom. Loving what you do, that's happiness. Keep dreaming and love the one who loves you most. See ya, Toledo.
All right, Schaefer.
All right, brother. We'll do it tomorrow. I'll be in the studio or I'll be stopping by.
DennyRadio is on 100.7.